asking is, I said, what is the shortcut key for switching from object mode to edit mode? That was the question I was asking. Tab, right? So I hit my tab. Either I hit my tab or I come to this place here, right? To switch between object mode and edit mode. And we said that from last class, I explained to you guys that we have the vertex select mode, we have the edge, and we have the face. And last time also we discussed something about using I to insert. So if I press I will insert, and we'll say something about using E to extrude. So if I press E, I can extrude out. So I can either choose to select either a face or select an edge or select a vertex. This is the part where we stopped last time. And we also said something about adding a loop cut. And I said that the shortcut for adding a loop cut is Ctrl R. Then you can scroll to add multiple loop cuts. To add multiple. So let's assume that I added a loop cut here and I added another loop cut by the side. That means I can directly go to my face, select this face, then press E to extrude it out. So these are the things we did last time. These are things we did last time. I hope what I'm doing is not confusing. It's just me selecting, adding face and extruding it. So this was where we stopped last time. And I also remember we said something about, we introduced the array modifier. So from the modifier last class, we used the one called the array modifier. And I said in order to use the array modifier, you make sure that your object is selected, click on the spanner, click on add modifier, then from the generate, you click on the array. So what the array modifier does is to make duplicates. Now we can see only two because in my count we have two. If I keep adding it, I will keep having more counts. Now they are all joined together because my factor is 1. So meaning that if I start adjusting my factor, then there will be space among them. So this is more like a recap of, okay, let me go back again. Let me go back. Everything I'm saying is in that previous video. Now, this is a box. I go to my array modifier, to my modifier, generate and click on array. Now you can see we have 2. How do I know it's 2? From the count, I can see it's 2. So if I click on the count to make it 3, it keeps adjusting. It keeps adding more. And now they are all connected together. And I said the reason why they are connected together is because my factor is 1. So if I make my factor to be like 1.1, then there will be space. You see? Immediately I made it to be 1.1, you started seeing spaces. See? Yeah, on the x-axis. You see, there I keep adding counts. Now, if I make it to be minus, then it will be going the other way around. So let's say I make it to be minus 1.2. If I make it to be minus 1.2, then my count will be going this other direction. Now, if at all also I want it to add on the z-axis, then I'll start adjusting my z-axis. You see? Now the reason why it's going this way is because I have values in my my x direction. So meaning that if I make my x direction to be 0, then it will start moving on my z-axis. So this is just more like your graph. Any axis you want it to move, you increase the factor number of that axis. So let's assume I want it to move in the y-axis. I'll just increase the factor of my y. Now you can't see it because I'm from one view, but if I go like this, you start seeing that it's moving in my y direction. I don't know if this is confusing or clear. What I've done so far, is it clear? Yeah, it's very, very practical. It's something you have to try out in your PC to see how it works. So this is for the array modifier. Then the next modifier I want to also show you guys is, I'll have to show you like two modifiers today. The next modifier is the bevel modifier. Now, if you look at this cube, you see that the edges are very sharp. Can we see that? The edges are, yeah, the edges are very sharp. So in order for me to give it like a kind of curved edges, I'll go to my modifier, generate, and click on the bevel modifier. So you see now the bevel modifier is now giving it that kind of curve. It's no longer that sharp. So in order for me to make increase the curviness, the amount of the curviness, I'll just come to this place where I have amount and start increasing it. See? Bevel. Yeah, bevel. And I swear I can start increasing the segments. You see? The more I increase the segments, then it's giving me this very smooth edges. Now, if you look, you see that there are these boxes like it's not smooth. In order to make it more smooth, I'll add another modifier called the subdivision surface modifier. So if I click on modifier, generate, and add the subdivision surface modifier, then you see it is a bit smoother than what it is before. But you have to be very careful while using the subdivision surface modifier, because what the subdivision surface does is it adds more, can I say, poly count to your mesh. And if your PC is not strong enough, you might end up crashing your PC. So instead of that, another means that you can smoothen the mesh without adding more poly count is you just right click and use this shade auto smooth. You see, shade auto smooth has given it um, soft edges. So the reason why I'm showing you guys all these things is because we are going to need all these things for the final product that we are making. You get the point? We need all these things in the final product we are making. So I'm just introducing that, so that when we now start making the final product, it's more like plugging in everything that we've learned so far. Now, the last one again, I would show you guys after the bevel. After the bevel modifier, the last modifier I would like to introduce to you is the one called the Boolean modifier. Now, the Boolean modifier, you use it to, let me show you, it's more practical than saying it. So which of the modifier are you looking for, the bevel or which one? Yeah, so in order to use any modifier, make sure the object is selected. Make sure the object is selected. So once you select the object, then you can now click on this spanner. Can you see this spanner here? Spanner icon. So once you click on the spanner icon, then you will see add modifier. Not the edit, but the generate. Then from the generate, you see the array that I've just finished saying about. Then you see the bevel. So the bevel is the one I'm talking about currently. Any question? Sparrow, do you have your PC with you? Do you want to try it? We're not using Akimesh currently. Yeah, but currently we are not doing Akimesh, so you can always try and activating your Akimesh later. Cool. Yeah, this one is the continuation of my own class. In my own class, what we end up creating is like, is you said. So for you to understand clearly, Stephen Stephen will be more on the act visualization. So his own class is on the building. Then my own is on product. Yeah, the end stuff I will be creating, I will teach you guys is how to create products in Blender. So for now, you don't need the what's it called? You don't need the arc mesh, or what's it called? You don't need it here in this class. Cool. So don't just get distracted. Now, let's use what we've done so make sure you select an object before you can switch modes. Select an object before you can be able to switch modes. Okay, now from what we've said so far, let me model a cup for you guys to see. Sparrow, you're watching another tutorial and it will make you miss out this one. Obiora, you're watching another tutorial, it will make you miss out this one. You miss what I'm saying. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me just quickly show you guys how to model a cup using what we've said, everything we've said so far. Now, with my Shift A, I'll think of what looks closely to like what I want to model, which is like a cylinder. So if I should pick this cylinder, if I pick this cylinder, now the next thing I just need to do is I will be on my edit mode, select the top, use my I button to insert it a little. So after inserting it, the next thing I need to do is to extrude it inward. You see? Now, for for the bottom, if I want to resize it, I'll just have to select both, then I'll press S on my keyboard, then scale it inward like this. I don't know if it's a cup or a bucket. You guys can just tell me what it looks like. Mortar. Yeah, size also matters. Now, from what we said last time, you can see that we are still seeing lines here, and I told you can just right click and use the shade auto smooth. So you can now see it is now smooth. Shade auto smooth. And also, this part that is still sharp, I can now go back to my, making sure it is selected. I'll click on the spanner, click on add modifier, then click on bevel modifier. Then when I click on bevel modifier, I will start adding segments to it. Add segment and reduce the amount. So let's say my amount is 0.01. So my cup is looking the way I would want it to look. Does anybody have any question how I made this? Okay, let me repeat it again. So Shift A, I added a cylinder. So this is the cylinder. The next thing I did was to be on my edit mode, selected the bottom part, scale it inward, scale it. So, yeah, after scaling it, I've gotten what I want, like this. Now, selected the top part, insert, press I to insert it. Press I to insert it, then press E to extrude it downward. Now, when I extrude it downward, you see that this part is still bigger. What I need to do next is scale it inside also. That's how I got to this part. Is anything confusing? You guys should try as much as possible to make the class interactive. Let me be sure that you're following. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the next thing I did was select here. Either you start by scaling this one in, or you do the scaling together. So I select the under one, press S, scale it inside. That's it. Face, yeah. Yeah. Any question on that? Okay. Now the next thing again I want to show you guys now is the control B part. So if I shift A and get a cube, if I should get a cube and I'm in my edit mode, now this cube, if I should select one side of the edge, let's say this part I want to make it curve. Remember I told you guys about the bevel using the modifier. But this time around, I want to show you the shortcut for the bevel instead of using the modifier. So in order for me to bevel this part that is selected, I'll press Ctrl B. So Ctrl B will give me almost similar to Ctrl B, Ctrl Banco. So once I press Ctrl B, I start getting something like this. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll start scrolling on my mouse to give it that curve. You see? I don't know if you guys are following me. Have I lost you guys? Sparrow, you're lost? If you're if you're if you're lost, you ask questions so that I don't proceed and assume you're following me. I've deleted everything. Now, let's assume that everything I've said today, just forget about it. But remember one thing. Are you following me? Hello. Now, I said everything I've said today, just forget about it. But remember only one thing. What is that one thing I want you to remember? Control B. Control B to add bevel. So now let's put that in action. Shift A, I added a cube. Now, adding this cube, we all know how to add cube. Now, I go to my edit mode, select this face, just use my move tool to move here inward. Now, in order to add bevel, let's say, for instance, I want this side to be curved. Let's say I want this part to be curved. From what we said last time, we all agreed that if I want to select the edge, what mode should I be on? edge selection mode. Vertex is if I want to select point. If I want to select point, I will be on vertex. If I want to select line, I will be on edge. If I want to select the square, I will be on face. That is the reason why you guys need to go back and watch that previous video, because everything I'm saying now, we took out time to explain it in the previous video. And that's the reason why you see most times after teaching anything, I would insist on you guys submitting the assignment, because once you're able to submit the assignment, you can never forget it. But it's so obvious that you guys didn't even watch the video. Talk more of doing the assignments. So now let's say I want to select this line. I'll just click on the edge selection mode. Click here to select here. Click here also to select this one. So with selecting these two, the next thing I'll just do is I'll press Ctrl B. So you see, and I told you that I can increase the curviness by scrolling on my mouse. So see, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes to attempt this thing I've just done so far. So Sparrow, I want you to share your screen and try this thing I've just done so far.
Sorry, I'm using my phone to watch, and then my system is different because it was just hanging.
Okay. Obiora, share your screen and do what I've just done so far, please. Are you sharing? Obiora.
Okay, let me share. Can you see?
Let's see. Yeah. All right. You can use your voice to explain what you're doing, so we don't lost you. Tell us what you're doing. Remember, you're presenting, so you're presenting with your voice and everything. Don't be quiet.
So now I have to click on the edge select.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
Okay.
click here,
Mm-hmm.
click here, and click here.
But you're not using your shift.
Click here,
Yeah, Kalas, it's
click
okay.
here.
It's okay. Just two sides is okay for me for now. You cannot deselect
Okay.
one. Just deselect one side. Two sides is okay for me. I just want to be sure you already know how to do that. Okay. Then what next? No. Control B.
Okay. Then
Mm-hmm.
go scale.
Yeah, start pulling it out. Drag it out. Yeah, you see? Then scroll. Scroll. Start scrolling your mouse. You see? Then it's okay now. Accept it. No, no, no. Don't let it crash. Don't let it join together. Give space. Give space. Go back again. Go back. Go back. Go back. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Accept. Then from the object mode, show us what you've done. Like scroll in, zoom in to show us what you've done so far. Now be in your object mode so that we can see. You see? You have succeeded in making a curved edge. Was that difficult? Okay, now go to your add modifier again. Click on add modifier at the top. Yeah. Making sure your cube is selected. Is the cube selected? Yeah, now it's selected. Okay. Add modifier. Then click on the, yeah, click on the array. You see? Now you have two. Scroll out. Let's see what you are doing. Now go to the settings. Not yeah, for the array. Click on this little arrow. Click on that little arrow to hide the bevel, because not that's not what we are talking. No, 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 no. Go up. Scroll up. The second one, the second arrow from this side. Yeah. Click on it. Yeah. So now go to your count. Increase the count for the array. You see? The more you're increasing counts, you're having more. Now go to your factor and make it like 1.1 or so thereabouts. You see? So it will still give more space. You can make it to whatever number you like. The more you're increasing the number is the more space you're having in between. Yeah, you can decide to make x to be 0 and make your z to be 1.5. Try that to see the effect. Then make z make z to be 1.5. Scroll out. So you see, it starts shooting up. You get it now, right? I hope it's not confused now. Factor x. Yeah, if you want it in y, you adjust y. So now I hope you're able to make edges to be round. Like to make the edges curved, like what you've just done before. Okay. You can go back and do it again. You can delete it and do it again. Delete everything, do it again till you're comfortable. Mm-hmm. Edit mode. Don't use here. No, 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 no. Don't use here for now. Go on your edge, select edges. Yeah, you're already on the edge. Start selecting edges that you want to curve. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Then Control B. And take note, you can even make one side only. Yeah. So Control B. Yeah. Then start scrolling out to reduce the amount of bevel. Scroll, scroll. Start scrolling to adjust the amount of bevel you've added. Maybe that's from your mouse now. Okay. But hopefully you've gotten an idea of what I'm talking about. Because of your this thing are too much. Your vertex points, your poly count is too much. You should just add less, something little. Yeah, now it's very, very high dense. Scroll, zoom into it closely so you see what I'm talking about. You see that lines, they are very, very tiny, tiny. But this is something you can achieve using 4 or 5 lines. Yeah, so the lines are too much. Control Z for now, because if I start telling you other means of doing it, it will be very, very advanced for what you're learning now. And it might just blow off your head. Control Z for now. Keep Control Z till it's out. Control Z, Control Z again, Control Z again. Now repeat the same thing again. Control B. Yeah. Try if your mouse will able to scroll now. Because from what I'm seeing, you've added like 570 something segments. Try zooming, try scrolling your mouse to reduce those segments. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. You're getting it. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Yeah, keep scrolling. I can see the effect. Keep scrolling, yeah, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling until it gets to 0. Now it's 0. So stretch it out now so that you can see what you're doing. Like drag it more, drag it more, drag it more. Keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging, keep dragging. Drag like VDM. Now scroll and add very less, like let's say like 5 or 10. Scroll to add like 5. Yeah, you see. Don't add plenty, just very less. Something like this is okay. Then it's okay. Yeah. Color. Yeah, just yeah, select it. Then go to edge. You can do the same thing here as well. Mm-hmm. So it will remember the last settings you used in the other one. Just scroll, just stretch out, pull out. It will remember last settings from the other side. You see? Keep pulling out till to your taste. Yeah, that's it. Is there anything tough? Now, once you're done in this, Use your face. Go to face mode. Click on the face mode. Select this face that is facing me. Uh-huh. Yeah. Press I. Press I to insert it. Drag it out or in. Keep dragging. Yeah, pull it out. Pull it in. Pull it in. Yeah, it's okay. No, yeah, it's okay. Just pull it in a little. It's okay. Select it. Now press it. Press E to extrude. You see? It's said correct. Obiora. So, do you know? You can select another face. Pick another face. Pick another face you like. How? To rotate it, you have to be in object mode. Yeah. Remember, you can also press number. You can just type 90. Type 90, then it will rotate on 90 axis. Our call will be ending in the next 14 minutes. So if you have any questions so far, you can ask me. At least I'm glad that we picked the bevel mode because it's very important for me when we now start making that product. The last thing I would want to show you guys today now, then I'll leave you to start practicing, is the Boolean modifier. Boolean. Yeah, Boolean. Are you guys ready for the Boolean? Or we'll leave it for next class? Yeah, what we did now is bevel and array. So the last one for the project will be Boolean. Then after the Boolean, I will now start giving you guys various classwork to go and attempt to see how it works before we now start modeling our project. Hopefully on Monday we'll start modeling that product that we would need for the animation. Are we good? Sparrow, you're not following today. Sparrow, what happened? Mm. See, Obiora have tried it and it has stick. Now, for your assignment, Obiora, can you guys see this phone I'm holding? Or look at what will happen. Look at what will happen. Let me know if I can search for Google Pixel on. You know your class is on products. That's why I want you to start seeing products now like something you can do with what we've learned so far. Yeah, I will share my screen now. I'm just browsing to see the image ref. Okay. Yeah, can I share my screen now? Mm. Julie will change name and she went. That's her real name. Okay. So Obiora, look at this phone this guy is holding. This is Google Pixel. Now, if I should ask you to model this phone, what do you think you should do? Let's analyze it with the little time we have. Then maybe on Monday I will now explain the Boolean modifier. Then we'll now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why I don't want to start teaching again. I'm just analyzing this. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Inside to give you this curve, right? Mm-hmm. So what do you need to get this one to get this side? Okay, now look at what will happen, Obiora. Can we attempt that as a classwork or assignment? So what you should do for me is attempt this. The phone is Google Pixel 9 Pro. Just try every as much as possible using cylinder or using cube or using everything. Try as much as possible to model this phone. Then you just send me the your results in the group, and I bet you once you start attempting these things, then your vocabulary, or what do we call it, will start broadening. You start seeing, okay, that this is why, this is that, this is this, that. You understand? So I want you to start attempting it. You can start by the phone you're holding. Start by modeling your phone. Now, if you start looking at this phone now, you now start seeing that here is control B, control B, control B, control B, right? Get that edge. Then you can select here, insert it. Either you extrude it out or inside to get the screen. Then here, you now know that this part is cylinder that you scale. Duplicate it into 3. That is the camera. That here is the cube. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, let me quickly do one before the call drops. Let me do one. Let me do something fast so that you understand what I'm saying. Very, very fast. So if this is a cube, I scale it along. Okay. Scale it along Y. Scale it along X. See? Scale it along Y again. Now, being in my edit mode, I'll make sure I'm in my line selection. I'll select all the sides, the 4 sides. So to this point, I know you're not confused to this point. So I just selected the 4 sides, press Ctrl B to give it that curve. Now you might fall into this challenge that I'm in currently. In order to solve it, you just have to press Ctrl A and apply scale. Ctrl A to apply scale. Then go back again and repeat the bevel. Then you won't have that issue again. So once I'm done with this, then the next thing I'll do is I'll be on my face, select here, press I to insert it, then extrude it inward a little to get my screen. Inward a little to get my screen. Now, for that thing I was saying at the back is I'll just create a cube, create another cube, scale it, be on my 1 9, like back. Yeah, back view. So place it somewhere here. Scale it along Y. Pull it out. Then the next thing again is give it that curve look again. So I'll be on my tab, making sure I'm on my line selection tool. Select the 4 sides. Press Ctrl B to make it curve. Then making sure I'm in my face, insert it a little, then push it in using my extrude to something like this. Then the last thing now is, let's say I want to scale it to be bigger a little. Then the next thing I want to do now is to add my cameras. And I said for this camera, you can use cylinders. Rotate it along x-axis 90°, scale it inward. Then making sure I'm in my back view, then start placing the camera. If this one be camera 1, position it where I want it to be. Shift D, position the second one. Let's see what we're doing. Now it's shooting out the other way around, so bring it here. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing. So I'll be on my edit, insert it again, then use my extrude to push it inside. So camera 1 set. And if I like, I can just right click and say auto smooth. Select this part again, right click and say auto smooth. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll use my shift D to move this along my x axis, bring it downward a little. Then do the same thing here, shift D along my z axis. So select this one, position it the way I want. Select this one, position it the way I want. This is iPhone that we've just succeeded in modeling within how many steps? Very, very fast. Now, if I want to give it the side button, I'll just have to press Shift A, get a cube, scale it, bring it out here, scale it along Y, scale it along X. That's the button. I don't think if anything I'm saying is confusing, but then if it is, you can always pause me to say over. Now go to my edit mode, be in my 2, select the 2 sides, press Ctrl B and push them in like this. Right click and shade auto smooth. Position it here as button 1. Now remember what I said, that after scaling you just have to be in your object mode and Ctrl A to apply the scale. So let me apply the scale before applying the bevel. So add button 1, Shift D along Z, add button 2. So this is my iPhone. Is there anything difficult in this thing I just did now? You can ask any question. Do you have any confusion? Feel free to ask me, Obiora.